My child, there should be urgency in the hearts of my own to reveal to those who are spiritually perishing my saving grace. As my Spirit leads and ordains opportunities, one must not allow such opportunities to pass, for many are in desperate need of my truth. Just as Satan tempted Eve and thus led Adam to sin, so he leads many souls astray. The purpose of my Spirit's indwelling is to grow mine to the point of allowing my Spirit to do all in them that they continue steadfast, that they continue to grow closer to me, that they continue to manifest to others that which the world cannot do, the faith of conviction of true knowledge of who I am, what I have done, and what remains left for me to do. When one possesses such knowledge, one's desire should be to share such knowledge. This is the sharing of wisdom and truth that will last. The wisdom of the destroyer is temporal and rooted in evil. It will not last. When one's desire is to obtain wicked knowledge, one cannot be led of my Spirit. My Spirit will reveal what is knowledge of that which is good and that which is evil. The attributes of the destroyer will always lead one to that which destroys body, soul, and spirit. The attributes of my Spirit will always lead one to that which sustains and gives life. One must recognize the numerous and continually changing strategies of the destroyer to be able to recognize and resist his tactics to steal, kill, and destroy. My temptations were complete and completely overcome, so that man would be able to completely overcome all of Satan's temptations through me. You see, my child, mine have complete victory over the tempter when they know, recognize, and strategize against his tactics. Recognition of subtlety of evil and knowledge of that which is good or evil, that which brings life or death, is only recognizable when one distinguishes the origin. Just as Satan beguiled Eve, it will not cause death, it will only empower you. Such is his way today. He speaks no truth. Mine must develop, through the leading of my Spirit, wisdom of that which leads to life, not death, and be able to distinguish and quench the subtle tactics of the destroyer's wickedness. My child, if Satan were to manifest himself in a physical manner, to portray himself as who he really is at a gathering of my own, they would see clearly through physical eyes the ugliness of his wickedness and counter him. This is why the necessity of his slyness to wrongly convince there is nothing wrong with this, there is nothing wrong with that, until such time when he is able to convincingly mislead openly without knowledge of what is occurring. His tactics have not changed, my child. He has continued to do the same because the same continues to be effective. When one tactic is overcome, he simply changes to the next, and so on. This is why, my child, my own must use the wisdom given them by my Spirit before allowing his strategies to take root. So one addresses the flesh, which is his number one tactic. Fasting, my child, is denying one's flesh food, so that one's spirit may develop a willingness to be strong against tactics in which flesh succumbs to desires which are not wise and often lead to weakness and destruction of the body. When one's flesh is denied sustenance for a period of time, one must count on me to sustain them. Satan attacks the mind and emotions and can fill one's thoughts with such negativity that my truths cannot surface. One can easily recognize thoughts and emotions spoken into one by the destroyer by the way such thoughts make one feel. When thoughts and emotions are of me, they are peaceable, good, joyful, and always lead to a sense of well-being. Yes, there can be thoughts of conviction, which lead to change. These thoughts are always accompanied by a desire to draw nearer to me, and a conviction to forego that which is not godly or righteous. Finally, the tempter uses the things of this world. All this and more will I give you if you bow down to me. My child, one must realize Satan is a liar and there is no truth in him, and he owns nothing but evil. When one idolizes another for substances achieved, one is worshiping things that rust and decay and are temporal. Covetousness often sets in and brings with it jealousy and desires of filling the barn to overflowing. Yet one may only have today in which to view the overflowing barn. My child, man's covetousness for possessions has not changed, only the substance of that which is desired. Yet when man's desire is more of me, it pleases me to give him the desires of his heart. My child, Solomon desired wisdom to lead effectively, and so I gave that and even more. But, sadly, in the end, how did he follow such wisdom? You see, my child, I give wisely, but often mine are led astray as they succumb to the destroyer's tactics over flesh, mind, and possessions. The more one knows me, the richer one becomes in the things that matter forever. You know, when I think about Solomon and the fact that he was and is the wisest man ever born, that's what the word says, he didn't use that wisdom to make wise choices, did he? You know, we can have wisdom, and God can give us wisdom, but how do we use it? Do we use the wisdom wisely? Do we use wisdom that God gives us in wise ways and in good ways and in righteous ways and in ways that would please Him? Or do we use wisdom that God gives us in ways that would not please Him? God gives each of us wisdom when we ask for it, when we pray for it. He will give us wisdom, but it's up to us to use that wisdom effectively and righteously and with the purpose of God, godly purposes in mind.